Every family has a mystery.
I found potentially an unsavoury family member.
How on earth did it get there? What's the story behind it?
Secrets waiting to be revealed. And this time, the clues are even more intriguing. This is not what I was expecting would be in that box.
He was a spy.
And the rabbit holes are deep. Oh my God.
They're suspicious.
That was used to escape by your grandfather.
No.
My team of experts explore every possible angle
He's a criminal record as long as your arm.
to uncover the hidden story,
He was a through and through Nazi.
solve mysteries that cross the globe and span generations.
She gave up everyone and everything she knew for love.
What is my mystery? I remember my grandfather telling stories, only the funny stories. He would never talk about the war. But there was always a sense, even as a child, there was a lot of kind of no-go zones and a lot of just darkness there. It was passed down to me by my mother, and it's just raised so many questions and surprising emotions. The last few years, I don't think I've been ready. But yeah, now I do feel like I would like some answers for my mum.
Kia ora, you must be Melanie. Hi.
Hi, Sonia.
You have a beautifully wrapped little mystery for me.
I do. This cute little girl here is my mum, Anna. This is my uncle Myron Jr. And this lovely lady is my grandmother, Marie. But she died sadly when my mum was quite young. So I kind of don't know anything about her, really. I've got stories that my mum has told about her, but even those feel quite hazy. My mother sadly passed away in 2021, and we were very close. Yeah.
So sorry.
It's okay. So I feel like I owe it to my mother and to Marie to find out her story.
Yeah.
So what I do know is that my grandfather, Myron Sr., and Marie fled the war from the Ukraine and had my uncle somewhere en route, and then found themselves with a choice to either go to Canada or to Australia. So they arrived in Perth not speaking any English and made their life there. And that's when my mother was born. So I kind of know what happened after that.
Yeah.
But everything leading up to that point and their lives in the Ukraine, that's all a bit mysterious to me.
It's interesting because you said the war in Ukraine, and I immediately went to the current war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
But you're actually referring to World War II.
Yeah, yeah.
But the parallels
Yes,
are
it does feel very
eerie.
timely. Yeah.
Yeah.
From what my mother had told me about what she remembers about her mother, she was very traumatized. Mum just wanted a better understanding of what she went through. I guess we kind of owe it to her to know her story, and yeah, it's just a lot.
So Melanie, I'm wondering, why now?
I think maybe because my daughter won't have my mother makes me really yearn to find out about my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to honour this woman that went through so much.
Yeah.
So let's find out her story. Let's find out the story of Marie.
Thank you. I can't wait for the day where I can tell the story of Marie to my daughter.
I am so intrigued by this mystery because this is more than simply finding the answer to a question. There's a whole story to uncover. But it's going to require a lot of research to piece together Mel's grandmother, Maria Hull's, journey. What forced her to leave the Ukraine? How did she survive the war? Where was Mel's uncle, Myron Jr., born? And why did they end up in Australia and not Canada? I sent all these questions to my researcher, Katya May. And after a lot of digging, she calls me to a meeting. Nice to see you. With an update. So, Katya, Myron and Maria Hull, have you found anything?
Yeah, actually, yes. It is an incredible wartime story about displacement, mystery, tragedy, resilience, and probably a lot of luck. They were born around 24, 25 in the Ukraine. They were living 100 kilometers apart. And then 1939, with World War II starting, and there are these two young Ukrainians who must have been abducted by the Germans to be forced laborers in Germany or other countries which were part of the German Reich back then.
Abducted?
Yeah. Germany was in desperate need of labor. They've gone into little villages and just abducted groups of people, put them into trains and transported them 1,000 kilometers over to Germany.
And so they've been completely stripped from their family, from what they know. That would be crazy.
I just wanted to show you this one document here, which I found was quite impressive. This is where it gets interesting.
Katya takes me through her rich trove of documents. This is fascinating, Katya. But for every piece of information she reveals, there are more questions than answers. And eventually,
So somehow their pathways must have crossed in Austria. And this is Sonia, where the story has another twist. And all of a sudden, for the first time, another person turns up.
and that takes us to a point where there is just one path forward. I need to speak to Melanie. She had always thought her grandparents chose to leave the Ukraine. She even believed that's where they were married. But I have to deliver news to the contrary. And I have to ask her a big question. I have quite a lot to tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
so one of the things you said to me when we met was that your grandmother often seemed sad. Now that I know more about this story, I can understand why your grandmother had that trauma.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to show you these. Maria
Oh, wow.
and Myron Sr. They're ID cards, I guess we can call them,
Uh-huh.
and Myron Jr. So your grandparents didn't just flee the war.
Mhm.
They were in forced labour.
Oh my God. Love it. Okay.
This is the processing card for settlement in Australia.
Brought by Germans. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it does. They were essentially abducted at the ages of 17 and 18. They didn't know each other at that time. They were from different towns in the Ukraine, but they were both
Put to work.
put to work. Yeah.
And they didn't know each other.
No.
So how did they meet?
It's amazing how much we've been able to find out from here. There's a lot of documentation. The problem is that a lot of it's not digitised. So my researcher has advised that the best thing to do is to go to Europe. We can essentially retrace their steps, I hope. Yeah, and I would just love it if you would come with me.
Oh my goodness. That will be amazing.
Mel and I have travelled all the way to Germany. We're hoping to retrace the steps of her Ukrainian grandparents who fled the Second World War and its aftermath. Mel knows next to nothing about it. It's a family mystery because so little was ever said. For this first stop, we're focusing on her grandmother's time in the town of Kaiserslautern. Maria was deported to this part of Nazi Germany in 1942, right in the middle of the war. I have here a photo of the exact spot we're standing 80 years ago, 1945.
Oh my gosh.
I know, isn't that crazy? This city was really heavily bombed during the war. The soldiers you see there are allies they took over, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible, eh?
Okay.
I don't know about you, standing here right now, I feel very connected to that time.
It's just wonderful to be here and to feel close to her and what she went through.
Yeah.
Yeah, as hard as it's going to be, I think it's
Good.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more.
It is going to be confronting, but there are moments of hope along the way, and I can't wait to share them with Mel.
So, if we look at this here first.
Benedict at the Kaiserslautern archives begins by telling us what it would have been like for Maria to work in forced labour in this very town.
Ost stands for Ostarbeiter, so Eastern workers, they had to wear this badge. So this was also, of course, a kind of discrimination, because everybody knew that you were like a foreigner and that you belonged to this race that was less worth than
a way
yourself.
to categorize people and demean them.
The Nazis loved to categorize people.
Yeah, okay.
They would go to a Ukrainian village with trucks. Sometimes they would volunteer in quotation marks. Sometimes they would just do it at gunpoint or at bayonet point. They'd be like, okay, you come with us. And this is what they would do. The average forced laborer in Germany was an 18-year-old Ukrainian girl.
Mel's grandmother was an 18-year-old Ukrainian girl.
I keep thinking, I can't believe she was so young, taken away from her family, and
When they arrived in Germany, they would usually arrive at a transit camp. And this is also where it was decided if they were to work in agriculture or in industry.
I'm pretty sure that my mum said she thought that my grandmother was in kind of an ammunition type factory, I think.
Well, we have like some documents that are pertaining to your grandmother. And as you can see, Labovka Maria, so that's her name. And here it says led.ledig, so she was single. Occupation, she worked at the Kammgarn textile mill. They were producing woolen yarns, and the Kammgarn factory also produced grenade shells.
At a textile factory?
Yes. They had to change what they produced to something that fit the war effort.
Sure.
I mean, what's also interesting is we here have like her birth date, 1920, that she was born in Stepnik. Also, like they had to give the names for their parents.
Oh, this is her. These are her
right,
parents.
so these are like your great-grandparents. Her mother was Anna. And then there's like the grandfather, was he like Yasim or something?
Okay, I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
didn't know that her name was Anna.
And I wanted to talk to you about
Oh
this
my
because
God.
what's your mother's name?
Oh,
what was your
cry?
Sorry, I was going to wait till later.
Yeah, that's my mum's
Mel's
name.
mother's, she sadly passed away, but her name was Anna.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I like that.
And then there's like this interesting pencil handwriting here. January 15, 1945, entwichen. Unbekannt wohin. So she ran away and we don't know where.
Oh,
or like
really?
the German authorities did not know where she went, which is really interesting.
She ran away.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
Oh my God.
She ran away from a camp, and like these camps were usually guarded,
Oh my God.
you know, often by armed guards.
Maria.
she wanted to survive.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like, that's what I
Definitely,
take from it. She's like,
definitely.
I am going to risk it because I want to survive and I want to have children and grandchildren and, you know?
I initially began this because now I have a daughter.
Which puts things in a different perspective.
It does. And I really would like to be able to tell her about this long line of strong women in our family. So this definitely tracks with what I thought.
Kaiserslaughter's archives have been enlightening. And now there's an opportunity for Mel to visit the site of the factory Maria worked in for more than 2 years. She can pace the same streets her grandmother walked and likely fled down.
Okay, so what are we looking at, Benedict?
So this used to be the official entrance to the Kamgarn factory. You can also see that there's like the symbol, you know, with the sheep and the spindle, you know, because it was a mill where they produced yarn.
So this is potentially the entranceway that Mel's grandmother Maria would have been marched through.
Could have been like that, yeah.
Today, it's a university. It's hard to believe this place of learning was once a factory producing ammunition for the Nazi war effort. And this made it a prime target for Allied bombing.
This is only the facade that is still standing, because like so much
wow.
was destroyed during the air raids. Very few people would remember this because it's not actually part of like the story that's told.
It is important to remember, but I can understand why some Germans would be like, we don't want to remember that. It's too hard to remember.
About here is where I think the barracks were located, where your grandma was housed during the war.
Wow.
We are about here. A lot of stuff was bombed. You know, you can see here like where the different bombs hit during the air raid of September 1944. There were actually like some bombs that were dropped really close to the barracks.
You had a memory of your grandmother.
Yeah, Mum remembers her saying that she remembers being bombed and that the roof collapsed. And yeah, obviously that was very traumatic. I think even there was a glass roof or something, and it was, yeah, she was...
People died?
People died,
yeah. Your grandmother would have heard the sirens, knew the bombs were coming, but nowhere to go. Then expected to get up the next day and work for 12 hours.
Yeah. This shows you how inhumane like this whole system was. We need them, yeah, to work, but we won't give them proper housing, we won't give them proper food, we won't give them proper shelter. They're not worth it, more or less.
You're German, Benedict. Can I ask you, how do you feel about this history of your country?
I feel responsibility. Germans started World War II, you know, killed 6 million Jews, 25 million Soviet people were killed, like many million other Europeans. This is what I've been doing, well, most of my adult life, you know, educate people about this. It's important that we remember this, because if we forget this, we're doomed to repeat it.
The bombing of Kaiserslautern has a haunting echo. We can both still sense it today. But it was likely in the aftermath of the Allied attack, amongst the chaos and the confusion, that her grandmother Maria found an opportunity to escape. The question is, where did she head next? Mel's grandmother Maria escaped from a World War II forced labour camp in Nazi Germany, and somehow she safely made it here. To Bregenz, a small town in western Austria near the Swiss border. At some point, she met Mel's grandfather Myron here in the displaced persons camp. I've enlisted the help of an archivist, Marcus Schmidgel, to help uncover the final chapters of Maria's story. Marcus, when we left Maria's remarkable story, she had just escaped from Kamgarn in Kaiserslautern. We don't know where she was for 3 or 4 months before she turns up in Austria. Do you have any ideas? Can you hypothesize?
No information about the escape, but it seems very spectacular because a woman alone at the end of the war in cold winter without any documents or passport or any help.
Just getting the train on my own is hard enough. Exactly. Yeah, it certainly puts it in perspective. The courage she would have had and how frightened she would have been.
Marcus, can you give us an idea about what life would have been like in the displaced persons camp?
Conditions were much better than living in farmers or factories in the time of the war, but the whole situation was very difficult for all of the people here in Vorarlberg.
Lots of uncertainty.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess I feel like she has been through so much and she's made it here, and I hope more of a sense of safety for her. I'm really glad to be here. It's so beautiful.
It's the perfect spot for a love story, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah.
The details of how Maria met up with her husband Myron need to be pieced together with war documents. They're held in the Vorarlberg State Archives. And I do know the story takes an unexpected twist here. We know a lot about Maria's time as an Ostarbeiter, but not so much about Myron. You have a document.
Yes, a small document which shows that he worked for a farmer here in Vorarlberg from 1942 to April 1943.
So as part of that forced labor movement, he was taken from wherever
Poland, Ukraine,
yes,
to Austria.
to here. Okay, right. How? Myron, oh look.
This was the birth date.
Okay, yeah, right. Tarnopol. Ah.
Did you know his hometown?
No.
Really?
Tarnopol, no. Look at that, the Nazi symbol. Okay. So hello, Myron. You're here.
Myron has arrived. So Myron was here, but why did Maria choose to come here? So we talk about this next document. Mel, I might get you to read the name if you can.
Anna Terlecker. Who is this person?
That's his aunt of Maria.
Oh, aunt.
She married into the family.
I guess because we're trying to work out what brought Maria here.
Yes. Yeah.
Perhaps she needed to find family.
So by 1946, we know that both Maria and Myron are in Vorkloster in the same DP camp. Maria was working in the kitchen.
Okay.
Myron was unemployed.
Okay.
And he was unemployed for quite a long time. I'm not judging him. And so we were sort of talking about the fact that he might have spent a lot of time in the kitchen and he met up with her there, but they met in the displaced persons camp.
In the kitchen.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. And something special happens next, Marcus.
This is the birth certification for Myron.
As in Myron Jr.?
Yes, Myron Jr. He was born on 8th of June, 1947, 40 minutes before midnight. In Bregenz, in the Alberg Street, in the convent.
That's so lovely. Things must have gone really well in the kitchen.
So where are we? Myron, Maria, and baby Myron are in Vorkloster in the DP camp. The war's ended. The resettlement process begins.
Yes.
Going back to the Ukraine, which had become part of the Soviet Union, it wasn't that simple, was it?
It was not. Some of them, especially from the Soviet Union, were on lists at their home. When they come back, they go to prison or sentenced to death because they supported the enemy.
which was so unjust because they were
forced.
They were forced, yeah, there was no way they were supporting the Nazis, and now they're being punished for it.
The war is over, but they can't go home. And all of that with a newborn baby. Oh my God, I can't imagine. Now this little family unit are here looking to start a new life somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
In our family, the story goes, once Myron Jr. was born, the choices for them seemed to be Canada or Australia.
Okay.
And then the reason they chose Australia was because if they'd gone to Canada, they would have had to split up and the mother and child go first.
Yes.
Right, so the reason they chose Australia was because they could stay together. So far from her family and what she knew.
Another reason why, potentially, Maria found it hard, they've been accepted to be resettled into Australia. And you can see here, Myron, Maria, Myron Jr.
Yes.
Aunt Anna.
Oh, so was she with them? Did she?
Well, she should have been. However, here,
Oh, it's crossed out.
yeah, she never went.
No.
I know. It was really rare for anyone to be able to actually get on the ship. So you might have been cleared here,
Okay.
but you were likely turned away.
Oh no.
Sometimes, just before you stepped on the ship, they were like, oh, hang on, sorry, you're too old, or the ship's full.
So she got left behind.
She has to leave a report. I'm so sorry.
Wow. And that's exactly what you need when you've got a newborn. You need, yeah, that would have been heartbreaking for her to have to leave Anna behind.
The idea of leaving an aunt behind is still confronting today, but it's all part of a journey of understanding for Mel. And amongst all the hardship is hope. When we first met and you were telling me what you knew about your grandmother's story, I remember you saying somewhere along the way, Myron Jr., your uncle, was born. How do you feel knowing that he was actually born here in 1947 in this convent?
It feels really special to be here, actually.
Should we take a look at him?
Oh,
A picture
yes.
of him,
Yes.
if you have one.
I do. There's Myron.
Oh,
And isn't he cute? Look at his coat.
I'm looking for happiness in Maria, and I see a little bit
Yeah,
there.
I see it too. I think that's what this whole journey has given me, is now when I look at photos of my grandmother, I get a sense of who she was. I feel like I know her now. I know what she went through, and it's the stories that my mum wanted to hear. I think she never felt like she knew her mother. I'm excited to tell my girl Luna. The resemblance is very strong. She definitely takes after her great-grandmother, I think. Knowing now what she endured and the fighting spirit that she had, I guess, to survive, gives me such a greater understanding of perhaps why she carried this trauma and sadness.
Of course, Maria isn't here anymore, but if you could talk to her now, what would you like to say to her?
What would I say to Maria? I think I would just say thank you.
Mel can now see that her grandmother Maria's strength and resilience is a gift that's been passed down through the generations. And this next mystery features a legacy passed down to a granddaughter of a different kind.
I've been chipping away at this story for about 20 years. I feel that I'm the family historian and the one to find the answers. The item I've bought today was handed down to me by my mother, but it comes with a lot of questions.
This looks beautiful.
This is my nonna's wedding dress. Her name was Philomena Monti. The whole dress is handmade.
It's never ending. Oh, Lisa. This is special.
This is my nonna. On the day she was married to Grandad, in this dress, that was the 17th of July 1947, after she arrived as an Italian war bride coming over from Italy.
Wow.
She comes from the most amazing island called Ischia in the Bay of Naples. My grandfather was sent there when he was wounded. It was a place where New Zealand soldiers had a base.
Tell me about the mystery.
The story is that this wedding dress was sent out from America from her father, Vincenzo Monti. Nonna never knew her father and apparently never met him.
Okay, that's bizarre.
My understanding is, very early in the 1900s, he went out to America. He was working in New York to send money back to the family. He came back and married my great-grandmother, Maria Aurelia.
And then went back to America without her.
And never came back.
He marries her, conceives the child, and then returns to New York.
As far as I know. So there's a greater family story here.
Okay.
That he potentially started another family in New York.
Well, I was thinking that might be a possibility.
And so I'd like to know why he never came back.
And I would like to know why he sent the wedding dress. This lace is not cheap.
My grandmother was always an incredible dressmaker, and I wonder if she actually made it herself. And he may have either sent the money or the lace back for the dress. Yeah. I was quite saddened that my nonna never got to meet her father.
Yeah.
She was like a second mother to me. And that's what makes it really heartfelt to me, that there was a connection still there.
Yeah, he hadn't forgotten about her.
No, no.
So Lisa, your mystery is, who was your nonna's dad? Did he have a secret family? Or was she the secret family? Lisa has done a lot of research, putting together a family tree and finding documents pertaining to Vincenzo Monti. I've sent a copy to genealogist Fiona to see what else she can discover. Reading more about Ischia in the Bay of Naples, I see the earthquake in 1883 had a devastating effect on the area for decades. Hundreds of thousands of young men went to America seeking work, so they could send money back home to Italy. And Vincenzo was one of them. Why, I wonder, did he not take his wife with him to America? World War I broke out the following year. Was it that kept Vincenzo away, at least initially? Hey Fiona, what have you learnt about our Vincenzo Monti?
I realised how many Vincenzo Montis are hanging out in New York around this period of time that are all born around the same period of time as well.
How many?
Well, so far I have 9.
9?
I think there's at least 4 Vincenzos mixed up in Lisa's tree. There's a couple of immigration records that I'm pretty sure is him coming over from Italy to New York. But after that, he has tended to become invisible in the records at this stage.
Fiona thinks the best way to solve this will be with DNA. So I put her in contact with Lisa. But can we draw out any secrets from Nonna's wedding dress? Can we confirm it is American-made lace from the post-war era? I've come to the museum to talk to social history curator Jane Grofsky. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, it looks spectacular.
Stunning, isn't she?
And you have brought it to life on the mannequin. I love it. She was little.
It's tiny. I mean, obviously people were smaller back then, but she was small.
Particularly small, yeah. Is there anything about this dress that, at first glance, gives you a clue as to the provenance?
Looking at the lace fabric itself, you can see that it's machine made, and that was very common by the 1940s. The technology to make lace by machine had existed for 100 years, and it's possible it was actually a type of machine lace called Lever's lace, which is made by the Lever's machine.
Okay, so America?
Possibly
1940s America?
Possibly 1940s America. We know that by late 1940s, 1948, there were over 700 Lever's lace machines in the country. So yeah, there was definitely this kind of material being made at that time.
I mean, what are the chances, Jane, that this has been bought in a store?
For pretty much most of the 20th century, you're talking about hand sewing your own dresses, or machine sewing, but doing it yourself, so handmade. And there's no label on it or anything like that. So looking at it, I would think it's been made from lace, bespoke for this event.
Right. So her story holds up?
Yeah, there's nothing here to say that it couldn't be lace from America.
But what else can we find out about this mysterious man responsible for getting Tracy's nonna Philomena this dress? Fiona tells me she has news, so I've come to Ōtautahi Christchurch. Fiona, I did not think the DNA was going to give us anything, but there's been a breakthrough.
Getting those DNA results has absolutely solved the puzzle.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I've now worked out the Vincenzo Monti that we're looking for in New York, and he did have a second family.
He did have a second family. So Lisa was right.
Lisa was right. But the breakthrough on it all and bringing it all together and proving it was actually finding this. It was a shout out loud, punch the air moment. This is one of the Vincenzos I had looked at previously. So I had looked at this man and came to the conclusion that it possibly wasn't him.
Why?
Because he died in 1924.
1924?
And the marriage is in 1947.
So he couldn't have sent the wedding dress?
No.
Who sent the wedding dress? Lisa wants to know why her nonna Philomena never met her New York-based father Vincenzo Monti, a man who, according to the family, provided the dress for her wedding. We've solved one part of the mystery. We know what happened to Vincenzo, but it's unveiled even more questions about the wedding dress. How will Lisa feel about what I've found? Lisa, how are you feeling? Honestly.
Excited and a little bit nervous.
I think you're aware that there was more than one Vincenzo Monti in New York at that time?
That's right, and that's what got confusing.
There were actually 9.
Vincenzo Montis.
9
at
Vincenzo
that time.
Montis, all born around the same time, all living in New York. But getting your DNA really helped. So I can tell you that we can confirm which of the 9 Vincenzo Montis is your great-grandfather.
That's great.
Using DNA in combination with supporting documents that had mention of his parents' names, we can confirm he did have a second family.
Ah. Wow. That was a family rumour. And
wow. He did. I didn't know how you'd take that, so
wow.
You're excited.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. So he had 3 children with his partner Josephine. The first was born in 1918. So your mum would have been 4 years old.
Wow.
And this is his declaration of intention. So he applied for naturalisation. What I loved about this, if you read just here, do you want to read this out for me?
I am not an anarchist. I am not a polygamist, nor a believer in the practice of polygamy.
Signed Vincenzo Monti. But there is no record of him actually marrying Josephina.
I guess he was there, he had to get on with life, and that's the course that took him, I suppose.
Yeah. So potentially that is why he didn't return to see your nonna. But there's another reason. Your great-granddad passed away at the age of 43.
Wow.
Yeah. He passed away from stomach cancer.
Wow.
And that was in 1924. How old would your nonna Philomena have been?
10.
Yeah.
So she was 10 years old.
And he died. That kind of throws a spanner in the works, doesn't it? Because the dress.
Yeah, where did the fabric or the money and everything that we thought he'd been sending back to support the family?
There's a mystery there. So I then thought, did he even know that she existed? But I think he did. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So I mentioned he had 3 children. Their names were Thomas, Salvatore, and Philomena.
Oh, wow. That tugs at the heartstrings. That got me.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Maybe that was a connection that if I can't go back home and, this is where I've made my life and I have this other daughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as far as the lace goes, the story that your mum had was that the dress was given or sent by the absent father, Vincenzo Monti.
Well, not necessarily, so it could have been money.
And I think that's plausible. I kind of like the idea that potentially, he knew he was dying. Do you then go, okay, I can't walk my daughter down the aisle, I'll send money or send lace?
I have this feeling
Tell me.
that actually that's not the story.
Tell me what you think.
I think the family in Italy put everything together to support that child, my nonna.
Yeah.
There's quite a tradition on that island of the community coming round to support and gifting things like that.
Right. And potentially it's a nice story for your nonna. Is that, yeah.
We'll never know that, but...
Yeah. And I think this beautiful wedding dress of your nonna's will be the keeper of secrets.
Yeah. It means even more to me now. It's just become such a special thing.
And Lisa now has contact details for a second cousin in America and has dreams to visit New York. Next time.
Granddad, really? Did you do that?
A dark family secret.
And then we found out perhaps he was a spy for Nazi Germany.
The quest to find the truth.
I hope he's not a Nazi. That's all I can say.
4 years of his life were taken away from him.
Our most challenging mystery yet.
He wasn't coming. I love my granddad a lot.
And the answers that change everything. Was he a spy?
Seriously? Oh my God.